Hi everyone, so the Hyundai is finally inside the unit. I'll be honest with you guys, I've not done anything since the first video, which was the reveal video. The only thing I have had done was just had a new windscreen fitted. What I'm going to do in today's video, basically on the reveal video, I did ask everyone to write in the comments, what did you want to see first? Me strip down the front end or do the dashboard kit? And pretty much most of the comments was strip down the front end. So that's what we're doing in today's video. Before we get started, I just want to check the plug diagnostics in, do a full scan, see what fault codes the car has before I start stripping it down. So what I'm going to quickly do, I'm just going to quickly do a full system scan on this car. Just bear with me a second. What I'll probably do, you'll probably see it just sped up a little bit because it might take a couple of minutes to test each module on the vehicle. All right, it's just finished scanning, so we'll just go through the fault codes, what this car has together. So engine, 2 fault codes. Lost communication with oil level sensor and not possible oil level sensor auto recognition. That does make sense. I probably didn't state this on the first video, but if I start this car up, okay, turn that radio off. Can you see that oil light just here? That I don't know on these if that's oil level or oil pressure. Some vehicles, I know a lot of, back in the day, the old 2-litre diesels on the Volkswagens, like Passats, they have that hex key in the oil pump. That's a massive failure. When it's amber, it's slightly bad oil pressure. When it's red, major problem. But as you can see, that's oil level sensor. So that's probably why that light's on. It does have oil, it does have a proper dipstick in this car, I have checked. So it could either be obviously a broken oil level sensor or wires. I'll have a look, when I strip that front end off, we'll have a look underneath. Right, I'll just turn that off so I don't. Airbags now. Okay, first stage only. So this particular car is a bit like the Peugeot, Citroens, Renaults. The actual SRS module is locked. I can't unclear that with this type of diagnostics. You would either send it to a company to get reset, but luckily when I got the airbag kit, it has got a replacement with it. I guarantee the second one will be the same fault code. As you can see, air conditioning, humidity sensor open. We'll have to have a look into that. I don't know if it's like an ambient sensor. It's the first time I've done a Hyundai, so we'll have to look into that. Body control module, canvas, that could be a number of things. It could be because there's no daytime running light plugged in. If you get what I'm trying, canvas, the whole vehicle's got canvas on the wiring system, so that's another thing we'll have to look into. And that expensive active hood system. Sensor failure. But yeah, apart from them, everything else is all clear. So personally, for the engine, those 2 fault codes is one issue. So the oil level sensor or the wire. The 2 airbags. One thing I don't like about this either, it's not showing you what's gone off, like a driver's steering wheel airbag, an airbag, or which seatbelt. That's one annoying thing, but obviously I guess they just want you to replace everything once an accident's happened. But obviously you do that anyway, but you get what I'm trying to say. But yeah, I'm now going to start stripping this car down. So I just quickly jacked the car up off camera and just put one axle stand on the driver's side. I'm not working on the car underneath, well, apart from taking the under tray off. And as you can see, guys, I've got enough height to do that. And yeah, I'm not leaving a car on a jack without an axle stand. Safety always comes first. If this lands on me, I'm the only one here, and it's like 3 in the morning. I just had a quick look how to remove the front bumper, and it doesn't look too bad, to be honest. You've got a load of these trim clips that you just pull the centres up, and 10mm bolts. On the, I can't show you the driver's side because there ain't one, but the passenger side, as you can see, those same trim clips, you've got 3 of them, and you've got a 10mm bolt just up through here. And then underneath, same again, 10mm bolts for the under tray. This under tray, I have noticed now, it is damaged. I'm just hoping that sump's going to be alright. Worst case, we'll have a video changing the sump. But further back, I can't, from this angle, I can't see. We'll have a further look into the videos anyway. But I don't know if this is from the accident or from Copart, but we need to make sure that sump's alright, and obviously the level sensor. So I'm going to get this front bumper off now, guys. Probably be a mixture of time-lapse and live. So first time removing a bumper off a Hyundai, and I am going to say it was very simple to do, to be honest. I will quickly show you underneath. I would say good news. The sump is not damaged. So I'll have to check the wiring harness for that level sensor. I think that's 3 wires going into that, or it will be a replacement level sensor. Hopefully it's not extortionate price, as some of the prices for sensors on this car are crazy money, I'm not gonna lie. So here's the original front bumper. I have just found out that this lower center grille is all okay, no broken tabs, etc., that will save me a few pennies. The rest of the bumper up to here on the left hand side is all good. Obviously that didn't have the accident, so obviously all this stuff will go on to the brand new bumper. But yeah, all the rest of the bumper, the grille, the top radiator cover, and this foam, as it's damaged on the end, that's all ready for the bin. So the next thing I'm going to do, I'll remove both headlights. You're probably thinking, why am I removing the passenger when it's not damaged? Because I need to replace the front panel on this car. I think I did show you on the reveal video, or if you're new to the channel, I'll show you now. That bracket just here is broke, but the actual front panel is also broke. So because that headlight actually bolts onto the front panel, I need to remove it. And from what I can see, to remove the headlight, you've got a couple of 10mm bolts just here, one 12mm at the back, and another 10mm here, and this headlight will then just pull out. So I've just left Peterborough Hyundai, nearly £2 on this order. Oh look, perfect way to cover a plate, eh? So it's now been a couple of days since you just seen me remove the front bumper and the original headlights. Since then it's just been a couple of days, and I've now received a big order from Peterborough Hyundai. I was just going to take the whole front end off, like the crash bar, front panel, rad pack, etc. But I just thought, have all the new stuff here and I can just put it on straight away. So remove it and put the new stuff on. There is a couple of parts that, I think there's 3 bits that isn't here. So that's the bonnet. I think that they're coming tomorrow. So the bonnet, what else? Passenger side bonnet hinge. I've already got the driver's one here. The lower piece for the bumper, and the foam for that goes in between the crash bar and the front bumper. But there is just one part that's on back order, which is that foam piece. So I think they're about £100 on eBay secondhand, when I only paid £33 all in. That's going to be the end of the month, so that's a few weeks time, but that's not going to stop me from cracking on with the rebuild. As you know, in today's video, I'm swapping the front panel, the rad pack, etc. Next video, we'll be doing the insides of the dashboard kit, then it's off for paint, and by that time, we'll have that foam, and I can finish this car. Not all these parts did come from Peterborough Hyundai. The bits that didn't are these 2 boxes, which are the bonnet actuators, the front crash bar, this trim, and the radiator. So the crash bar, I think that retails about 250 plus VAT. I got it for £109 on eBay. That was with, I think it was a 20% off. code, what eBay sometimes do. The bonnet actuators, it's weird. So, for example, the left one's like 383 plus VAT from Hyundai retail, and the driver's 413 plus VAT. I don't understand why they're different prices. These are brand new. I wouldn't even say he's a seller. He just had some like normal stuff, not car stuff. He had these for sale for £350. There wasn't make an offer, so I just sent him a message. Would you accept 300? As you can see, these have never been bolted up. They are genuine brand new items. So yeah, he thankfully accepted £300. So I saved more than half price for these. The radiator, that did come from a Hyundai main dealer, but not Peterborough. It was they've got a store which you sometimes see on the eBay. Main dealers have like an eBay store. I got that radiator for £120 all in. Really good price. And the last part I got, basically this trim. I'll show you when I dismantle the front end. But this sits the bottom of the front panel, so just in front of the radiator. And you can even Google this part number and it will show you the genuine prices. This little plastic piece, and it's thin plastic, it's nothing special, £250. This was on eBay literally a couple of days ago. Buy it now, £35, or make an offer. I made an offer, £25, it got accepted straight away, so that's 10 times cheaper than getting it from, yeah, obviously the main dealer. Yeah, all the rest of the parts are from Peterborough Hyundai, and also obviously the bits that are coming. But I still did over £2,000 at Peterborough Hyundai, because obviously, remember I said about that expensive, what's that, the pedestrian sensor. So Hyundai call it active hood system. That sensor, which is in this box, retails £615 plus VAT. That's the bonnet latch, that £298 plus VAT. I think altogether, if I got, say if I got these as well, retail prices, I think it come up to £1,637 plus the VAT. So that's about £2,040 just for the sensors for that active hood system. Yet on an Audi A3, around about £100 each actuator. So basically these, but for an Audi, they're £100 each from main dealer. And if you remember on the A3 rebuild, they have that silicone tube that goes on the crush bar with sensor either end. That's £120. I don't understand why it's I understand why these cars get written off, because the crazy prices of the parts. So the rest of the bits I've got just here, that's a lower, like a skirt that goes on underneath the bumper. That's the lower crush bar. Sorry, I'm looking at the front panel. That bolts up just to here. Obviously got the front bumper just there. What else? This is a silver trim. I think this was that was about £100. That goes on the lower, I think they class it as a skid plate on the lower bumper piece. That's the top radiator cover that goes on top of the bumper. Luckily it comes with the stickers already on it. And then in this box, I've got like the fog light grille, I think some bumper brackets, some more bumper brackets. Obviously I was missing this half of the bumper, so I've literally just got even more brackets. That's the daytime running light trim. Loads of bolts. There's a driver's hinge. These weren't cheap either. I think that was about £120 per hinge, when other cars I've done are around about £40 to £60. It's been very, not gonna lie, it's been very expensive on parts for this car. I'm just gonna quickly, off camera, just put all these parts nicely away, and then we can start dismantling the front end and building it back up in this same video. Also, I have done a couple of things off camera just to speed things up. I've drained the coolant. Luckily on these, they have got a, I don't know if you're gonna see, if you can see that white screw here, that's a drain plug. And I did get my friend to come round to drain the AC gas, because I had a look when the bumper was off. As you know, it's been a couple of days since I removed the front bumper, and there's no way of getting around leaving the condenser on, swapping the front panel, because this line goes around and this line goes inside the front panel, so I had to degas it. So just before I put it on time lapse, I just thought I'd tell you guys what I'm about to do and what stuff you need to remove. So I'm about to remove the front panel, the rad pack with the intercooler, the crash bar, and that expensive active hood sensor. So it's not too hard at all, to be honest. You've got, for the crash bar, 4 12mm bolts, so 2 top, 2 bottom either side, and a 10mm nut. The rest of the crash bar, obviously all the brackets, etc., are 10mm bolts. So the bumper bracket, obviously these are the rad brackets. Same again there for the intercooler. Bonnet latch, yet again, 4, so 2 either side, 10mm bolts. But yeah, that's just obviously if you're going to do the job yourself. Obviously the AC pipes that go to the condenser, 10mm nuts. If your condenser's all good and your pipes are all good, just make sure when you do reinstall all this that you replace the rubber O-rings on the end, because they're a one-time use. I'll be honest, I haven't ordered them yet. So after filming this, tomorrow, obviously this is night time, I'll be honest with you guys, as I work permanent nights, on my days off, I'll come here when the missing kids are asleep. I didn't put that there. A love heart, so made or built with love. As well, that £250, what I pay £25, literally thin plastic trim, that is this piece. As you can see, it's broken in half. It goes up to that. So that costs more than buying a brand new front panel. And if you remember at the beginning of this video, I noticed that this trim that covers the condenser pipes was broken. I've got it on top of here. I think that was nearly £50, so you know, it's ridiculous prices. But hey ho, enough of the moaning. Let's get stripping and building this car up. So here's the front end off the Hyundai, and I do have some good news. Obviously this car is a category N write-off, meaning non-structural, and I've said in my previous videos, I've had cars that are Cat Ns that should be Cat S, and I've had cars that are Cat S that should be Cat M. This is 100% a category N. So what it is, it definitely is a category M, which is great news. There is no damage further back, so nothing on the engine's being touched. Obviously you've got the oil filter housing here, with the cooler on the side, obviously the starter motor just there. But yeah, nothing else being touched. All the rad pipes have, not rad, sorry, the air conditioning pipes that goes to the compressor, they're all good. And the main thing, the chassis legs. So the end plates on either side are nice and straight. I'll just show you this side underneath of the chassis leg is sweet as well. And I'll just quickly show you this side. Why the front end's off, perfect time to show you guys. But yeah, no further damage, which is brilliant news. So the next job is to take the original fan and put it onto the new radiator. The fan's all good, just 2 10mm bolts at the top, and then at the bottom it's just these plastic clips. I've already taken the condenser off. That's got, where these are plastic on the fan, they're metal on the condenser. And they just slot in to these little grooves just here, to this side, to the opposite side. So I'm gonna swap this over. Sorry to interrupt the time lapse, but I just thought I'd show you guys all the holes that are on the front panel to the chassis legs. Obviously those bolts are for the crash bar, all bang in the middle, both sides. Now on to the bonnet latch and the active hood sensor. So I'll just get these open now. To be honest, I wasn't too sure if it come with the release cable. It's not very long. There's 2 sections to it. So I've got to remove it from this one, add it to the new one. I'll quickly do that, I'll fit it quickly. It's just 4 10mm bolts. And then we'll get on to the active hood sensor. Right, so what does £610 plus VAT get you? It's not even got any polystyrene or nothing in there. It's that expensive. You'd have thought it would be. Right, I'll just get it out and I'll get it fed. That's going to be an end for today's video. I totally forgot to record an ending when I was actually filming the video. But yeah, we've made a great progress on the Hyundai today. Also, the good news, there is no further damage. So I appreciate you all guys for watching today's video. And if you're not subscribed, please click that subscribe button. We are like 100 or 120 subscribers off 5,000. That's quite a big number for myself. I really appreciate all you guys that are subscribed and watch the channel. But yeah, if you need to contact me, either on Instagram, Nathan_Hiley, or the dedicated email address, which is Nathan_Hiley@outlook.com. But yeah, thank you guys, and I will see you next week. I'll post a little clip here, what's going to be on next week's video.